My name's Alex Lewis, and I became a rower about 18 months ago. I'd never rowed before. I never rowed when I had legs and arms. But I wanted to do something on the water. I felt that rowing was a feasible sport that I could get involved in. And, I tried it last year and just fell in love with it. And so now we're taking part in the Great River Race as a team of 5 willing and able participants.
My name is Neil, and the boat is mine. It's a riverine seine boat, 17 foot long, 4 oars, a cox, and we will have a passenger as well for the race. I phoned him up and said, mate, would you be interested in doing the London River Race? And he was up for it straight away. He said, yep, definitely.
When Neil said, do you want to take part in the race? I was like, yeah, 100%. But I still hadn't really looked into it that closely. And then I got on the website and I saw these amazing pictures of these just loads and loads of boats in the river. It just looked really cool. If you were to stand on Tower Bridge watching us come up, it would just be epic.
It's a wonderful race to do, it really is. I've been fortunate enough now to do it 3 times. There will be challenges. I think my biggest concern when having said to him, do you want to do it? And he said yes, was would he be okay in the boat? Because he hadn't seen the boat before he came down.
My seat is half a wheelchair that we cut in half last year. And we bolt that to the boat. And then it's a lot of duct tape around my legs to keep me stable. And then I have a support for my lower back. And then we've got a sport prosthesis that I use to attach to an oar with special attachments so I can attach and detach if I get into trouble on the water. So it's quite an engineering feat. It's such a lot of pressure on those guys to make sure that everything is right for me. I couldn't do any of this if I didn't have great support. When I fell ill, about 11 and a half years ago now, I wouldn't be here now if I didn't have Chris, my best mate, Lucy, my other half, my son. That support network I've got is huge. I did an event last year called the Pig to Pig, and we had to develop attachments for prosthetics to enable me to get in an adapted boat, and we rowed the south coast of England.
I expressed my interest and was fortunate enough to be chosen to row with him, and we rowed along the south coast. In fact, 3 of us, everybody in the boat was involved in the Pig to Pig, even Andy, who's not here today.
We've all stayed in contact, and I couldn't have done that event without their participation. But they also got to know me and how I move and how I get in the boat, how I get out of the boat, my limitations.
Sometimes, when you get together and you meet people and it just clicks straight away, and that's the feeling I get with these guys.
I think for us it'd be quite nice to take part in a race. We've never actually raced. We've done events and we've done adventure, but this is actually teaming up against other people. And I think it'd be quite good for us to, as a team, and take part in a race. And I think, from a disability standpoint, fantastic, really inclusive, and that's what we want. In the world of prosthetics, 96% of amputees do not have access to the right equipment. That's a lot of millions of people that simply cannot afford it, don't know how to get hold of it, can't get hold of it. My foundation, the Float Foundation, centres around the development of accessible, affordable assistive technology, because there's not enough of it in the world. There's 2.5 billion people that require it, whether it's glasses, hearing aids, walking frames, wheelchairs, prosthetics. And it needs to be more accessible and it needs to be more affordable. So we go into the unis hoping to try and inspire students to work and find these gap fillers. Yeah, I think it makes a real difference. And we've probably worked on maybe 140 projects, I guess, over the last 10 years. 2 companies have spun out. one or two others would hoping to spin out.
Alex, everything that he's doing and the fact that he's going to do this as well. He's done pig to pig, he's going to do this. He wants to do the North Atlantic next year. You know, it's great. And anything that we can do to sort of help promote what he's trying to achieve at the end of the day.
But when I sat in that boat in Falmouth, you know, I'm strapped to the sea, I'm attached to an oar. I was absolutely terrified. I had no idea what to expect when I got out there. But as soon as I left Falmouth Harbour and I got into that sea, I loved it. I loved every second of it. And I thought, how many amputees have wanted to do this, but have never had the chance, never had the opportunity to do this?